So it is a gorgeous fall day, and I'm out here looking for some leaves to go and paint. Think I got enough to choose from? Oh, it's just beautiful out here. So when I pick leaves to paint, I don't know, I just kind of walk around and see which ones catch my eye. Whichever ones you pick, if you're going to do this yourself, just know that you have a very short time in which to take them inside and paint them, because they will start to lose their color. That one's kind of nice, but it's missing part. I don't know if I want to do that one. This one's got some spots. That's really interesting. So that one. I don't know. It's like a treasure hunt. But yeah, you have a very short time, I was saying, to take them inside and paint them, because they'll start to lose their color. Ooh, how about this one? Like that one. After just like a day, they'll start to fade, and you can still get some nice paintings that way. But if you really want to capture those vibrant colors, I love these ones that have two tones. Then you want to take them inside and paint them right away. So looks like I've got a lot with multiple colors. I think this is good. I'm gonna go inside and see what I can do. All right, so I've got my leaves and I've got my paints, drawing tools, water in a spritz bottle, paper, paint palette, everything all set up and ready to go. Oh, and I got paint on my finger. So I'm gonna pick out one of these leaves and start painting it. And pick out a paper too. I've got two different kinds. So I want to do white, or do I want to do toned paper? I'll do this one with the white paper. And all these leaves I picked up outside, they're really fun. They've got two-tone colors. This one's not very flat, but I think I'm going to do this one. So first I'm going to sketch it out, and then I'll be painting it. So I'll zoom in a little bit while I sketch it. Put it there like that, huh? And you can see as I do it. Yeah, you know what? Second thought, that one, because it's not very flat. I think I'm going to save that one for later. It's a little hard to see. Oh, this one's not flat either, but it's interesting. Oh, it is kind of interesting. Yeah. Oh, I usually don't have this much hard time deciding. Let's do this one. We'll go with this one. This one. So I'm just eyeballing this. This is how I like to sketch. Because I do this primarily for practice. And oops, I don't have an eraser. I'm gonna grab one. This doesn't really erase, but let's make it a little lighter. And mostly for practice. I do this just because I'm kind of fascinated by the leaves and the colors and the shapes. Just a good creative exercise. Get my mind in a creative kind of mood. They call it drawing from the right side of your brain, I guess. So I'm actually not used to talking a lot while I draw. I tend to get very quiet and concentrate usually. So I'm trying to think, just for the sake of the video, how do I make this interesting? I keep talking. What can I keep talking about? But if I'm talking, I'm not necessarily concentrating. You know, and I know this isn't going to be perfect, and it's not going to be super accurate. If I wanted to make it more accurate, I'd be measuring and comparing, you know, kind of doing the thumb thing, just to see But these little sketches that I do, they kind of come out life size almost. But I'm just kind of get the key. Oh, I'm gonna get the key veins in here. Just some of the spots about where there'll be some of those dark spots. Kind of about like that. I just get it kind of sketched in there, and now I'm gonna paint. So I have way too many colors here. You can see all these paints. And I'm just gonna pick out the ones that I want to use. I think this is a lemon yellow. I think I'm gonna mix with that lemon yellow. And let's see what else I got here. It might be good. Yeah, Windsor red. Windsor red. I've got alizarin crimson. That's a good one too. And I want some. Ooh, what's that one? This one. I like this one. Van Dyke brown. I like Van Dyke brown a lot. So I think I'm gonna do those. And yellow. Oh sure. I don't know. I'm gonna get the rest of those out of the way. And I think I'm gonna see which ones of these will work for this. Yeah, but I'm liking these. So I have a extremely messy paint palette here, which I haven't cleaned up in forever. It's still got some red on there actually, so maybe I'll use that red and just squeeze out. Yeah, this Van Dyke brown is kind of a mess, but I really like that color. I had to grab a tissue because it's there. All right, it's kind of like, oh, get some of that. Yeah, this, I don't know, it kind of leaked out. It's kind of a mess, but put that to the side. Oh, some of that there. I don't know. It seems like no matter how hard I try to keep my paints clean, they always end up messy. I'm going to skip this one because I think I've got some of it there or something like it. But yeah, it seems like my palettes just get so muddied. And once in a while I try to like wipe them off and I don't know, it just happens. But I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm generally putting these where I had them before. Yellow, I don't need that much yellow. I don't need that much yellow. Why did I do that? It's okay. It's all good. That's why I have this paint palette. Keep the paints fresh. I don't know. I feel like I have problems. Like I want to be like super economical with my paints for no good reason. That's why there ends up being so many of them, and they get so muddied. So I'm gonna zoom out again a little bit so you can see the paint palette on here, and just get those out of the way. Get out of here. And hopefully you can see this as I work too. See the leaf and that. And that's not cooperating. I'm gonna do that. There we go. Now I have enough room for everything. All right. So I have to remember too, with my water, I have one for like, you know, like the heavy first wash, and then another one for like the second wash. So gotta remember to do it that way. I'm gonna start with the lighter color. Give me a little leaf. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna dab a little bit of, I guess you can't see here. I'm gonna pull this closer. I'm gonna I dabbed into the yellow ochre and the lemon yellow just to mix a little bit of that. And so I'm trying to get, you know, close to that color there, which I think it is. So I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna start painting. I saved doing the details. I didn't do the details of each little, I don't even know what they're called, little edge of the leaf. I don't know if there is a name for the edge of the leaf. I saved that for when I paint. I didn't sketch it all out because I wanted to save time. And I'm not gonna like go for getting every single one exact in there for this either, because I don't want to spend that much time. But I try to get it as accurate as I can in a given amount of time while keeping my sanity. So I don't know. There's all different kinds of artists, you know, and there's some artists who are really great at rendering fine detail and getting it really accurate. And that's not me. I mean, I think I do okay at it, but it's not my strength. I have a tendency of going, well, that's good enough. So maybe that's my weakness, my area that could be improved, to not just go, oh, it's good enough. I'm adding a little, I just decided to dab some of this. I have some messy green on my palette, and I just decided to dab some of that in there to see what it would do. See how it would change the color, and it's kind of wet, and I kind of like that, so I'm gonna leave it like that. And I'm gonna kind of draw out some more of that. There's some, I think, just want to get the idea of this leaf, kind of the general kind of color. I'll throw some of this yellow in there like it has. I'm not being perfect about it either. So I'm gonna add red, and it's gonna get like kind of covered up. Woo! So the stem there is gonna have more added to it. So everybody talks about brushes and, you know, artist tools and what tools do you use, yada yada yada. I think it's a lot of it has to do with personal preference, which you don't really know until you start using different tools and testing them out. So if you're starting out and you're wondering about what tools to buy, what tools to use, I would say, you know, just get cheap stuff to start with, get different kinds of brushes, and then the more you paint, the more you'll know as you go what you like for. I'm worried that's a little too dark. Yeah, try to add more of that bright red. Oh, it's too dark. I'm going to add a little yellow to it. Some more yellow to it. Ha 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 ha. More red. More red. Ha, this is difficult. It's kind of dark, but it's kind of there. It's kind of about there, color-wise, right? I don't know. But anyway, I was saying about the tools. I really like this chisel tip brush. It's my favorite, and I do well with it. Let's see, I kind of got lost there. Which one was I doing? Haha. All right, this is not working out. It's not looking exactly like the leaf. I got lost which little section I was looking at there because I was talking. Oh! So yeah, I like this chisel tip one. I can't even tell you why exactly. I guess I mean I kind of like, maybe I can tell you why. I like that I can kind of go thin with it, and then I can go thick with it, and I am kind of lazy. I don't want to pick up another brush, and I can do it all with this one brush. So I guess that's kind of why I like it. And here I am painting over some of those yellow spots. So maybe I'll paint them back in. Maybe I won't. This is turning into a dry brush technique because my paint is drying a little, so I'm going to spritz it. That's what this is for. I'm going to spritz it, kind of liven it back up. But you got to be careful because now I think it's too runny. I think I just maybe made it too runny. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go for it here and paint that whole section. Yeah. Just kind of wanted to get those basic shape of those where the color changes. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Oh, man. Now my pigment, I can't even talk. Oh, my pigment is getting a little thin. But, oh, and I just kind of messed up with what I was doing. Oh well, you know, still looks okay. You know, I'm not claiming to be an expert painter, but this is how we learn. This is how we get better. So I think I'm gonna get some of the darker color in there right now and kind of fix this. This was supposed to be, I was trying to do that shape there and I kind of messed that up. But yeah, I guess what I'm going for is not so much the accuracy of every little, like I said, every little bit, but just the main shape of it and color. I'm so fascinated by the colors and the spots on the leaves. Just kind of want to get the idea of it on there and capture that feeling of it. So I grew up in California where we don't have seasons really in Southern California. kind of it's debatable. They're very subtle seasons. So when I moved to Wisconsin, it was just like amazing to me to experience like the leaves in the fall. Oh, that got way too chunky there. I lost some of the fineness of it. Bummer. I'm just gonna throw some spots on there. So yeah, this is not coming out my best painting, just so you know, but I'm just gonna stick with it anyway. It's been a while since I've done one of these leaf paintings. So yeah, so I was just like very fascinated, you know, by all the beautiful leaves. You know, my mother had told me how much she loved fall, and I never really got it, like, until I moved here. I was like, what's the big deal? But now that I see the leaves and how beautiful they all are and the change and all the excitement that comes with it too, of just like getting ready for hunting season and just harvest too, you know, it's really cool. So it's kind of my way of celebrating fall. Yeah, so these spots came out way bigger than I wanted them to. If I was being fancy, I might like do like a little splatter thing on there, which maybe I'll still do for fun. think I'm gonna try though to like paint over those. Just fix that a little bit. I feel like painting leaves is also like a very kind of forgiving subject because they are so different and there is so much variation. If you didn't see the leaf that I was originally painting, you wouldn't know I messed up, right? So I think here is where I might actually grab a different brush, like a smaller brush. Tiny little brush. What is this? This is a Princeton #1 round. I'm gonna do that because I don't like, actually I'm gonna fit, I don't like how that got so fat there, that vein there. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to fix that a little bit. I'm gonna add some red to the stem. Kind of like that. So yeah, I'm gonna use this to see if I can have it a little bit thinner. Add some veins in there. I think it kind of adds something to it. It's really light there. Oh, there's that one, original one I did on. Sync up with that. Oh, you can't really see. I'm trying to see some along there. Anyway. So back to those spots, huh? What do I want to try? Maybe I will try to flick a little on there. Test it out on my palette. Ooh. Well, it kind of splashed all over, but it looks cool, right? I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. You know, if I really cared about the edge, you know, I would use some kind of something, you know, tape it off or use some masking fluid or something to keep it from going on the rest of the page. But you know, that ended up looking kind of cool and I kind of like it. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it that way. And I even got a little smudge there, so I'm not sure what I want to do about that, but maybe I want to throw some other lines, or maybe I want to splatter some more. I don't really know. Just gonna, I mean, this is just for fun, right? So it's for my own personal enjoyment. So maybe I'll even add some yellow and see what that does. Oh, some bigger splotches. Can't be afraid to get your hands dirty when you paint. I'm gonna hide those little pencil marks that I don't like. Splashes. Kind of adds a neat little subtle texture to it. Might be overkill. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if I want to define that edge a little bit more. So this is the tricky part, is when is enough enough? When are you done? How do you know when you're done? Sometimes you don't know when you're done. Sometimes you just have to stop and let it be as is. Say that's good enough. It's good enough. So, well, there you go. I painted a leaf. I had fun doing it. I hope you enjoyed watching me do it and all my goofiness. And one last thing, don't forget to add your artist signature. I'm gonna let the paint on this dry. It shouldn't take too long.